All right, today we're jumping into something really important, the wisdom of boundaries and how they're deeply connected to finding our own inner peace. So, let's get into it.
So let me just start by asking you something. Do you ever feel like your life isn't really yours anymore? You know that feeling. You wake up with all these plans, all this energy for your own projects, but by lunchtime, you are just completely drained from taking care of everybody else's needs.
And that feeling right there brings us perfectly to our first idea, the weight of yes. We're going to dig into why our best intentions, our kindness, can sometimes feel, well, so incredibly heavy.
So many of us grow up believing that being strong means always saying yes. It's almost seen as this badge of honor, to be the person who's endlessly agreeable, constantly available, and always ready to help. But what if that's not really strength at all? This is such a great way to think about it. Picture this, a really talented woodcarver. He spends all day, every single day, fixing the cracked sculptures for everyone else in his village. And yeah, that's a kind thing to do, but his own hands get so tired that he can no longer even hold his own tools. He can't create anything for himself. And that is a perfect picture of what happens when we're constantly people-pleasing. We're left with nothing for our own life's work.
So this is where we have to pause and ask ourselves a tough question. Every single time you say yes to something you just don't have the energy for, are you actually saying no? A no to your own rest, a no to your own dreams, and a no to the person you really want to become. It's a lot to think about.
Okay, so how do we fix this? Well, let's look at this incredible little story called The Pot of Milk. It gives us a really profound lesson on how to stay focused even with all the noise around us. So the story goes like this. A teacher gives his student, a young guy named Raghav, a really tricky task. He has to carry a pot of milk that's filled right to the very top, all the way through a busy village. And here's the kicker. The teacher gives him just one simple, non-negotiable instruction. Do not let even one drop fall. Now this isn't just a rule. It becomes Raghav's single most important boundary for the entire journey. So imagine Raghav walking through this crowded village. People are whispering, they're staring, maybe even judging him. But here's the thing, he doesn't even notice. His focus on protecting that milk, on holding his boundary, was so complete that all the outside noise just faded away. His boundary actually created his peace.
And that's the big takeaway, isn't it? When you are absolutely crystal clear on what it is you must protect, your energy, your time, a specific goal, suddenly the opinions and judgments of everyone else just lose their power over you.
But, okay, this is where that little voice of guilt can creep in, right? That feeling that setting boundaries is selfish. So let's tackle that head on and talk about why that's just not true, using this idea of the empty cupboard.
Just look at the difference here. On one side, when you live without boundaries, you end up with an empty cupboard. You just give and give and give, and eventually you're left feeling heavy, weak, and with nothing left. But on the other side, with boundaries, you get a full jar. You feel light and strong because you've protected your resources, and you actually have more to give when it really truly matters.
I love this way of thinking about it. Boundaries are not these big walls you build to keep people out. Think of them as the oil in your lamp. They are the fuel that allows your own light, your energy, your spirit to keep burning bright, for you and for others.
Okay, so we get the why, but how do we actually do this? Let's get super practical. This next part is all about a simple tool you can start using today, a 3-step workflow for your very own energy budget.
So, what exactly is an energy budget? Well, this isn't just about wishing you had more energy. Nope. It's an active, conscious system for actually managing and protecting your most precious resources, your time and your energy. It's all about being intentional.
All right, so here it is. 3 simple steps. First up, identify the cracked pots. What are the tasks, the commitments, maybe even the people that are consistently leaking your energy? Next, the 5 a.m. meeting. Now, this is just a metaphor. It just means that before you give your energy to the world, meet with yourself first. Set one single promise for the day that is just for you. And finally, practice the soft refusal. This is all about learning to say no calmly and steadily, without needing a big dramatic scene.
So let's pull all these ideas together as we wrap up. Real strength in this practice isn't loud or aggressive. It's something you find on a much quieter, more consistent path.
Let's go back to our woodcarver for a second. One day, he just quietly took that broken sculpture he had been trying to fix, and he set it down.
He realized it wasn't him holding the sculpture was holding him. And that's such a powerful image because it reminds us that you too are allowed to just release whatever has become too heavy for you to carry.
Because in the end, real strength isn't about how much you can carry for everyone else or how loudly you announce your big goals. No. It's found in the quiet consistency of honoring your own needs, day in and day out. It's kind of like the sun. It rises every single morning without ever needing a round of applause.
And that's where I want to leave you today. I want to leave you with one final question to take with you. After all of this, what is one thing, just one small thing, that you will choose to set down today?
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.